Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Double Game Week 24 and the transfers that I'm potentially going to be making as well. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your FPL plans for Double Game Week 24, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at my goalkeeper and my defenders. So, a pretty tough fixture for Raya this week, who has City at home. I'm not really expecting anything crazy here. Hopefully makes a couple of saves. I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. City have seemingly found some form again. Feel like they're going to go on one of those ridiculous runs where they just win every single game in a row. A 0-0 in this game would just be absolutely perfect because I would love a clean sheet. But my other option obviously is Ward, who's got Everton away, who doesn't even play regardless. So has to be Raya this week. There is always the potential of a transfer. We'll talk about that in the transfer portion of the video, but as of right now, I've got Raya in goal, who's got City at home. Not looking forward to that. It's going to be a great game, but I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. At the back, we've got Trent, who's got Bournemouth away and Everton away. Hall, who's got Fulham at home, and then Munoz, who's got Man United away. So, yeah, from a defensive standpoint for Liverpool, I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. I think Bournemouth are probably the most informed team at the moment now, barring Liverpool. And I think that Bournemouth away fixture is going to be really, really tough. I generally wouldn't be surprised if they lose that game. Bournemouth just looked very, very good. Obviously, battered Forest at the weekend. They beat Newcastle. They beat Arsenal. I think they beat City this season. They've been very, very good. And that's with injuries as well. They're just really, really good at the moment. They're a solid team. Very, very solid defensively. They've conceded the least amount of goals in the last, 10 games in the Premier League. The defense is actually very, very good. It's kind of come out of nowhere. A little bit of a dark horse. But yeah. Not looking forward to that from a defensive standpoint. And then Everton away, there's always the chance for a clean sheet there, but it is a big derby, and hopefully we'll get something. But yeah, it's two fixtures that I'd much rather attack with attackers than attack with defenders. But yeah, hopefully one clean sheet from there, hopefully an assist or something as well from Trent. But yeah, two fixtures is always nice to have in a game week. Lewis Hall with Fulham at home. Yeah, I mean, since I brought Hall in, he's not really done much. He's got one assist, and then he hasn't kept any clean sheets. I was expecting something in that Southampton game. Unfortunately, they did score. So, yeah, I mean, the transfer out was Colwill, so it's not like it was a bad transfer, because Colwill, I think, missed the game and then got like a one-pointer. So Hall's been all right in regards to that, but I don't think I'm going to have him for a lot longer after this fixture, because they do have, I think they've got Arsenal and City away coming up, which are, of course, two really tough fixtures, but this week, I'm fine playing him with against Fulham at home. And then I've also got Munoz, who's got Man United away. Not worried about this fixture. I feel like Man United, they did get that lucky deflection goal against Fulham. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Palace and they can keep a clean sheet. Munoz did finally get an attacking return, but of course he was on my bench last week, so that was really annoying. But he has picked up like 2 clean sheets for me, so not been too bad. But hopefully he can get something this week. But yeah, all in all, I mean, the defense is very... on paper, it doesn't actually look that good. Like, I've got a United away fixture, City at home, and then 2 away fixtures for Liverpool that are quite tough. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm not going into the game week expecting a lot from the back line and the goalkeeper. But anyway, that's the defensive options. In midfield, we've got Mbeumo, who's got Spurs at home. We've got Mohamed Salah, who's got Bournemouth away and Everton away, who is my triple captain this week. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to just pull the trigger and go with it. Obviously, I've already activated it right now. You can clearly cancel triple captains, though, before the deadline. So if I do want to not use it, then I can always backtrack. But no, I think I'm just going to go for it. I'd rather triple captain in a double game week where there's literally only 2 teams doubling, because the big doubles, you kind of want to use your free hits, your bench boosts, and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get rid of it. I've got a lot of chips to use between game week 30 and 38. I've got wildcard, free hit, bench boost, and assistant manager. I don't really want to throw a triple captain into the mix as well, because there's just too many chips to use. And remember, when you're using assistant manager, that's 3 game weeks gone right there. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get out of the way, try and get some points. Notoriously, my triple captaincy has not been that good. So hopefully that can finally change and Mo Salah can absolutely smash it and get some good points for me against Bournemouth and Everton. Cole Palmer's got West Ham at home. Again, people are still selling him. I don't really know why. Yes, he has just blanked twice in a row, but he also just got two He did just get 2 10-pointer double-digit hauls in a row as well. So I'm absolutely fine keeping him. He's never going to exit my team unless he gets an injury or something. But as of right now, he's in the midfield. And then I've also got Eze as well, who's got Man United away, which again, not a terrible fixture for Palace. I think they probably will win that game. Man United are not very good at the moment. So yeah, the midfield is looking a little bit better. I think the Mbumo stonks are going to go absolutely skyrocketing though when he absolutely smashes Spurs. I think he's going to get a goal or 2 against Spurs because they're just so bad defensively. I think I read something today that they've got 8 players that are over 18 that they can play. So right there, they've got 3 players that are under 18 that they're going to have to play against Brentford. It's just an absolute injury crisis. I think Richarlison is injured now as well or something like that. Yeah, it's not going well for Spurs. So Mbumo's just going to attack that fixture. And then up top, we've got Chris Wood, who's got Brighton at home. I've got Gakpo, who's got Bournemouth away and Everton away. And then I've also got Isak, who's got Fulham at home. So pretty nice fixtures for the front 3 there. Gakpo is my current vice captaincy. He is travelling with the Liverpool squad to the Champions for the Champions League fixture tonight. I'm not super worried about that because he did get a rest last week. And then also he came off on the 60th minute. He might play a little bit. I'd prefer he didn't because I don't really want to chance him getting an injury or something for this double game week. But all in all, it is out of my hands. We're just got to hope that he doesn't play. And then, yeah, Wood and Isak kind of just pick themselves, both on penalties. Not going to be not playing them 2 home fixtures there. And obviously, Forest do need some sort of reply after that absolute spanking from Bournemouth. And then on the bench, we've got Rodgers, who's got Wolves away, who I'm not completely against playing over Eze this week. But either way, I'll make mine up by the time I get to the deadline. Got Kirkes, who's got Liverpool at home. Again, I've had to bench him last week against Forest, and I've also got bench him this week. But he's going to be getting played pretty much every single fixture after this game week because they've just got a ridiculous fixture run after this. They've got Southampton, Wolves, Brighton, Spurs, Brentford, Ipswich, West Ham, Fulham. So really nice fixture run there for Kirkes. Absolutely fine playing him. And then I've got Robinson, who's got Newcastle away, which again, not an ideal fixture, especially because I have Isak playing. But then after this week, I mean, they've got Forest and Palace at home. 2 pretty nice home fixtures, really. And then Wolves away, Brighton away, Spurs at home. Not terrible. He's not a player that I need to immediately get rid of. He's got a really nice fixture as well in 29. If he blanks, again, we don't know if he's going to. It all depends on whether Spurs beat Liverpool. Hopefully he doesn't blank because that's a really, really nice fixture in 29, Spurs at home. So that's how the team is shaping up for double game week 24. Let's take a look at the transfers. Again, I've spoken about this a little bit on Monday's video, what my plans were and stuff this week. I think for the double, I'm probably just not going to attack any Everton players. I just don't really want Everton players in my team either side of this double. Yes, they did just get a nice win against Brighton. But for the double, I mean, Leicester at home is really nice. Liverpool at home is very tough. Then Palace away, Man United at home, Brentford away, Wolves away. I understand why people are bringing him in, but I just don't really need to use a transfer on. Like, the only player I would probably bring in is probably Munoz out for Mikalenko or Raya out for Pickford. Definitely not going to get rid of Raya because he's obviously got 2 really nice fixtures after the City game. Munoz, I'm not completely convinced that I'm going to be keeping because he's most likely going to be blanking in 29 because I just don't see how Newcastle lose that game to Arsenal. And it's a tough fixture anyway. So even if he didn't blank in 29, like let's say Arsenal come back and win, it's a terrible fixture. Like, Newcastle away is not really a fixture that I'm excited about. But then, of course, if Arsenal end up blanking, if they do bring it back against Newcastle, then I'm going to have to make a goalkeeper transfer regardless. So, yeah, it's a bit of an annoying one, really. But I think I'm edging my bets that, you know, Palace and Newcastle are going to be blanking. So potentially I get rid of Mikalenko for Munoz, play him in the double, and then really though, what fixtures am I going to play him in after that? Like, I'm not going to be playing him against Palace away because I've got Eze. Man United at home, maybe that could be a ball fest and 0-0. Brentford away, I have Mbumo. Wolves away, could play him against that. West Ham at home, not bad. But then he's got Liverpool away, Arsenal at home, Forest away, City at home, Chelsea away. Like, there's just not fixtures that I'm going to be playing him in. Again, I am probably going to be dead ending in 29, and then obviously wildcarding in 30. And he does have a really nice fixture in 29. So I could be, because I've got to use a transfer on my Palace and Newcastle players anyway at some point. Again, I'm hoping that you know, they do end up blanking if I make that transfer. But I could be swayed to make that. Other options that I also kind of want to think about as well is starting doubling up on the Brentford attack. I think I'm going to be getting rid of Chris Wood relatively soon, and it might be after this week. It might even be, probably not this week because I'll keep Chris Wood for Brighton at home because it's not a terrible fixture. But after next week, I kind of want to be getting rid of him for Wissa. It would save me a little bit of money, which will help for the assistant manager chip. But Wissa and Mbumo, with this fixturing that they've got coming up, I just really, really like as a double up. Spurs at home, obviously I'll be missing him for that fixture, but then West Ham, Leicester, Everton, Villa, I really don't mind that. And then obviously I'm dead ending in 29, and then wildcarding in 30. So the fixture run up till 29, like Newcastle away, Bournemouth away is not ideal because I'll have Kirkez in that fixture. But at the end of the day, it's a nice fixture run up to 29. So, and then I'll just get rid of him when, you know, the terrible fixtures happen. So I'm thinking about doing that potentially next week. The other thing that I might also be wanting to do is bringing in a Bournemouth player. So if I don't make any transfers this week, then next week I could get rid of Wood, and then I really want to get rid of Eze before Everton at home. But I do really, really like the Southampton away fixture from like a Bournemouth perspective, like Kluivert or something like that. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be thinking about. I could always just get rid of Rodgers as well, who might also be blanking in 29. You know, he's got Liverpool at home. If Spurs end up losing to Liverpool in the Cup, then obviously Villa and Liverpool are going to blank, so I'll have to get rid of Rodgers regardless. But he's got Ipswich at home in 25, so I probably want to play him in that fixture. So yeah, it's one of those where I'm probably going to be benching Chris Wood, to be fair. But we'll see what happens anyway. But yeah, that's kind of my transfer thoughts. So maybe I go Munoz to Mikalenko. If not, I think the week after. I mean, I need to save my transfers regardless, but I think I'll be definitely attacking some of the better fixtures on the build-up to this kind of wild card that I'm going to be using in Game Week 30. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What are your plans for Double Game Week 24? Subscribe if you're brand new. And until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day. And peace.